YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. Look at this. We've got the Jetstream from Pro Boat. Super cool, ready to run. All you need to do is provide your amazing 100C 4S hard pack, which we're gonna show you in our unbox portion. Should follow immediately at the end of this video. Look at this guy. He is ripped. Looks exactly like me, only smaller. In all the wrong dimensions. We're gonna pop this open, show you the battery real quick, and get a load of that, it's so beautiful. Oh yeah, oh yeah, look at the lights. Oh, there's strobes and forward-facing lights. So if you wanna drive at night, you can do that because there's no stinking FAA on the water yet. All right, so guys, check this out, watch this. Booyah, thrust reverse. By the way, you press that button, it toggles it up, it toggles it down. There is actually also a thrust reverse on this boat. Now, I assume this thing to be self-riding because it is extremely heavy and it's heavy on the bottom. So without further ado, here goes nothing. Boom! Yes! So cool! That's what it does when you put that thing down, guys. You see it?
Wow.
As long as you're not bouncing. Oh, it's spraying all over itself. Okay, now forward. There it is. Wow, that thing spins on a dime. Look at the jet coming out.
So
okay,
cool.
Okay, I'm gonna relax for a second. Now I wanna talk about something. Steering rates, watch this, all the way up. Oh my goodness. So if you guys are brand new to the hobby and you're trying to learn how to drive, you can actually turn the rates almost all the way down, and it'll make it easier. Look at those white lights to make it so much easier to see. Oh yes.
Cool.
And you don't have to worry, unless you run into stuff like that, guys. I'm gonna turn my steering rates back up. I'm gonna click this thing, and then I'm gonna go backward just to show you. Okay, so it does fine. I'm gonna click the thing again and just get the heck out of Dodge, guys. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this is a no-wake zone, didn't you know, dude? Come on, you had enough time to get ripped, but you didn't have time to see the sign that says no wake? Definitely not. Oh yeah, over the turbulence. Here we go, janking it. Oh yeah, that's so much fun. Oh, people love it when I yell into this. Oh, I just noticed something. It's a jet boat, duh. You can't turn while you're not giving throttle.
Oh.
So, by the way, if you guys are brand new to Brian Phillips RC, we built this pond this year. We're having the water level finally start to kind of drop at the end of the season. This Pro Boat 24-inch ball of excitement and energy is so much fun. I accidentally hit the button and deployed my reverse thrust. But you know what's so cool about this? Get out of the throttle and it just, oh man, look at that. That's so
cool.
sweet. It looks just like a real jet boat, except it's small. And then look at it shooting water up. You see it? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, it's so cool. And then just going in a circle, you can just spray water all over the place, and then you can go backward without using the deflector. So now let's see what happens when I wanna get going really fast. Now watch us stopping, boom! That's how you stop. You put that little reverse thrusty thing in, and then it like stops you on a dime, which is super fun. But just make sure your thumb is on the right side. Now, if you wanna go, you know, like next to all the big, pretty houses, and you don't wanna disturb the big, pretty stuff, and then boom, right there, and you just shoot him right in the face. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. Man, the wake is awesome. Oh yeah! Guys, we are just loving having this pond here. And you know, we used to have ponds in our neighborhood where we lived before. We had 3 of them and they were pretty fun, but you know, it's a little different when it's your own. You know, you get to do what you want with it, which is really awesome. But boy, I tell you what, man, this boat is kind of challenging. It spins out from under you, which I did not expect. And then I'm thinking, you know, if you were to take this out and actually go into a current, man, it would be challenging. You want to try it, camera crew?
Yeah, I'll try it for a second.
It's really fun. I just don't know how much life we're gonna have left in this battery.
Right.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna switch. Remember, this is camera crew. Camera crew is driving. Yes, that's her.
That's kind of
Camera crew's driving. Yep, there's the control. It is very touchy, by the way.
Oh, it is really touchy. Okay.
So what I want you to do is try to bring it back over toward us. Yes, do really subtle turns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and remember, jank it around. Yes, that's so much fun.
Pretty cool though.
And then if you come over here really slow, and then I want you to press that weird button thing.
Where is the weird? Oh, right there.
It's right there. It's on your trigger. It's
Oh.
excuse me, on your thumb. Do it again.
Right here.
Right there. There it is. And it drops that little deflector down, and that's going to help you either stop on a dime or do reverse thrust. But you can also just push the thing forward and do reverse thrust.
That is crazy.
Okay, all right.
Back to Brian.
I know. Did you have a chance to get your feel, or do you want to figure it out?
No, it's good.
Okay, all right. This one's a lot harder to drive than I thought it was going to be. So if you guys are brand new to running boats and stuff like that, you might want to keep it in mind. Or if you're buying it for kids, just remember, it is really fun, but it is a little bit challenging to drive. I did not expect it to be hard to drive. It's not hard. It just kind of like reminds me of, you know, what if you had a stabilizer in there? Oh, that would be so sick.
You have to actively drive it.
You do, you really do, because otherwise it spins out from under you. Now, the other thing is, keep in mind, oh no, into the reeds. Uh-oh, I can't see. Let's go around, guys. So Brian Phillips Nature Walk, we do these things when Brian crashes into weird things. If you haven't been on the Nature Walk for a while, you'll notice the water level's down a little bit. This is normally where it would flood after a big rainstorm, and we're having some beautiful leaves, nature, right?
Yeah.
Look, sticks and things, nature. Oh, look, a boat. It's hiding. Now I'm gonna give it reverse thrust. I don't even have to drop the deflector. And look at that.
So you're just able to kind of turn out of that once you can see where you were going.
Absolutely. Ooh, let's go over by the rocks.
Go to the other.
Hey guys, let's talk about nature for a minute. Nature, that used to be a swamp a few weeks ago.
Yeah, now it's like almost dry.
Guys, nature right here. Look, there's nature.
More
it's
nature.
natural rocks. Totally naturally placed there by nature.
Deer tracks down there today.
Oh, look, somebody stained our deck. Wow, fancy. Oh, yeah! So now the weird thing is when you hit the wake, you have to think about it. Now that's me being very subtle with my control authority. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes! So like if you bounce over, you actually lose throttle for a second. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, there is one of these power switches where you can go down to 50%, which will help keep you on the ground. And you can barely get up on step here, but look at this. Oh, it's so cool. Oh yeah!
That's at 50%, that's full throttle at 50%?
That's a full throttle at 50%. You still have your reverse authority, and you can still basically drop the thingy down. Just get up on step, and then boom. Oh, see what I'm talking about? That's what you can do to stop. And then switch it around, and boom, there it is. It looks really dang cool when it gets up on step like that. It does. I love that.
I like that speed thing though for the kids.
For the kids.
Yeah.
Because like if we had our youngest, oh, look at all the water in there with the dude. It's like, dude, get rid of the water. Okay, so I'm going back to 75% now on the throttle. So I can get this thing, spin it out, get that water out of there. There you go. Now we're up on step a little quicker. And basically what I'm gonna say is if you get this thing for a kid, it's definitely like a real fun, it's a challenge. Because you actually have to actively drive it. It's not just like a gimme. And I gotta say, it's really fun to just be able to sit there and just go in a circle and just make a complete fool of yourself. I don't know where I get it from, but I just love it. So much fun. Listen to the water hitting. It's like we're in the ocean. Now, would you want to run this thing in the ocean? I don't know. I probably wouldn't run a lot of stuff in the ocean because the salt water would be hard on it. But I gotta say, this fresh water, you know, we swim in it, so I'm pretty happy to be here. Man, that guy is just having a good time. He is so shirtless too. You know, and by the way, I gotta say, it looks a lot better in person than it did on the pictures. Because when I saw the pictures, I was like, I'm not sure about this one. But then, bang! That is like, so dang fun.
I feel like the pictures are a little cartoony.
Yeah, but then once you get it in person, it's just really fun. And it really moves the water too, which is really interesting. Because the twin hole we did not too long ago, that thing was just incredibly fast and it had a huge rooster tail. But then I feel like this one, you can just get in there and actually do stuff with it. And turning around rocks and stuff like that, I love doing that stuff. Did you see how I just sprayed the rocks on? Mm-hmm. And I think people are probably assuming the way that I get excited about these things, I was enjoying something on the rocks before I came out here. But the truth is I didn't. Oh, see what I'm talking about? You just lose it. Whoa, show the people down there, are there fishes?
What is that?
I don't know. Looks like algae. Those are little caves.
The bluegill nests.
Yes, let's come up here. And you know what's weird? It's like we're not even interfering with the bluegill nest. Should I see if I can get between those two? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, guys.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to go between here. Look at this, guys. Control. That's what you call control. I would never be able to do that with the twin hole. And I just think it's so dang cool. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh no, are you dead?
It says, no soup for you. So I'm turning it around. I'm gonna just give it throttle, but I'm gonna go back to 50%. I was at 75% throttle. Now, as you guys know, with smart packs, the balancing circuit will balance the pack. So just that alone will usually buy you a little bit of time. But the thing is, you can see we're like smack dab in the middle of the ocean here, okay? So I'm gonna go reverse thrust, just real slow. You can hear it shut off. So what is that for runtime, camera crew? Can you tell from the video?
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes?
A little over.
So I'm gonna give it a little bit of throttle and just kisses the throttle now, just to get it pointed coming this way. And as you can see, because it's a jet boat, you're gonna lose your control. So I'm just gonna give it like little bursts of throttle. And yeah, that's what I would say. You're gonna have to set a timer because obviously on this transmitter, you're not gonna have any way to actually set a timer.
Feedback.
So all I've got to say is this thing is so much fun. It is definitely awesome with the lights. I love the fact that we got the little deflector thing, which actually I'm gonna try to put that down and then give forward thrust and see what happens. Oh yeah, that pulls us home really nice. Now I hit that again. It's kind of hard to tell what condition it's in while you're driving though, just as a full disclosure.
If you can get it over there to the rocks.
I wonder if it'll just pulse if I give it throttle like at a low level. No, I'm gonna come all the way over here because I'm hoping we'll see like some sort of a crazy curious fish. I don't see any fish.
I wonder why.
I wonder if we maybe scared them off.
I
don't know why they would be scared.
They would be scared.
Okay, so guys, here it is, the Jetstream. This thing, and by the way, I don't know if you can tell how much further I had to reach for that.
Yeah.
But this thing is so dang cool. Yes, there is a plug. Camera crew, if you don't mind holding that for just a second. The plug is a little bit hard to get to. It's down here. And if you pull that plug, you can get any water that gets thrown inside. But just remember, since it's hidden, it might be kind of hard to remember to put that on. And yes, you can lift this off. It's just a battery, or excuse me, it's just, you pull it out, it's magnetically attached, which is nice. Don't try to unscrew this. That's what we did on our unbox. I felt like kind of dumb. Yeah. And then there is quite a bit of water inside of there too. So what I'm gonna do is I'll show you. This is why I like this so much. You can pull this plug right here, grab down and get that, okay? And then that thing's gonna take a leak all over my rock, okay? It's gonna take a while to get that out of there. That is a small weep hole.
Yeah, it is.
Compared to, it's probably like half the size of the weep hole on that 24-inch twin hole catamaran that we did the other day. But guys, I gotta say, 4,000 milliamp hour, the thing is just rock solid on the water, super fun. We've never seen anything quite this controllable on the water, and yet there's still absent control when you're out of the throttle, just like a jet ski or a jet boat would be in real life. So remember, if you decide you're gonna get this, remember, it's not the easiest driving, but it's fun, and I like that because it's kind of challenging. I feel like some of the boats are actually like almost a little bit too easy to drive, and some of them are a little too hard to drive. This one's right in the middle where you actually get a challenge, and you can see not much stuff got picked up into the pickup there, which is always nice. And they're metallic, and yes, you can remove that, which is nice. So if you have something, this is also an armored hull, which is nice. It's ABS, and it's armored with some other type of material. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like they have, you can take off the entire bottom of the center of the hull, which is really nice. So if you'd have to take that off and do any repairs. Also, there's a light switch, so you can shut off the LEDs if you want to save a little bit of juice, but I don't think that's going to draw much power, full disclosure. And you can shut off the motor inside, and of course, that's going to shut off all the electronics. So at the end of the day, is it for everybody? I don't know. I think it's for me because this thing is awesome, and it's really fun to drive these boats. And I gotta say, the thing is absolutely fantastic. And can you complain with an American flag on the top of that thing? Look at this guy. He looks like he's having a good time. He's obviously shirtless. Wait, yeah, that's just a belt. So I love it. It's so much fun. Really, really fun. And there's even a tie point here, which I love that. So you can put a rope on there, and I think the rope would actually really help close the deal on this. Now, I don't know if the speakers actually work, but if those things Bluetooth, how awesome would that
so
be?
Cool.
Oh man, I wonder if those actually are speakers. We'll look into it, and if they are, we'll let you know. But in the meantime, guys, check it out in the link in the video description below. If you want to help support Brian Phillips RC and the stuff we do for RC, which includes crazy big construction projects like this and what's coming really soon over the hill there, all you have to do is just buy amazing products that you're planning on buying anyway from the links in the video description below, and you can enjoy it alongside us instead of just watching us enjoy it. Now, also, one rule of thumb I have, I always leave the battery tray opened when I put away a boat, and then I always plug the hole, because I'm telling you, it is really easy to forget that process when you go to get your boat. I'd rather have this thing plugged and then have to go find it to drain it than have to find it when it's on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's not much fun.
Don't ask me how I know. But yeah, super cool. Check it out, guys. And by the way, if you don't want to see the Unbox Build radio setup, it's going to follow immediately after this. Very basic, very simple, pretty much nothing to write home about, because the thing comes out of the box pretty much ready to go.
Yep.
If you want to use 2 batteries instead of 1 because you have 2 2S batteries, you can use those in series. We'll talk about that at the end of the unbox portion of the video. But we used ours on a 100C 5,000 milliamp 4S hard pack. You can, yes, you can use soft packs. I know you guys are usually used to seeing us fly. And so if you're used to seeing us fly, you probably have soft packs. Soft packs are fine. Just remember, secure them good, because we are talking about a big difference in the amount of movement and hard jarring, unless you fly like me and you crash a lot. So anyway, that's all we got today. Super cool. Awesome. Check it out from ProBoat. Right now, links in the video description below. Stay tuned for the Unbox Build radio setup. If you want to support us and you don't want to buy this, don't forget to head over to brianphillipsrc.com, and you can sort by type, see if you want a bigger boat, smaller boat. We'll have a whole type section for boats. We'll probably eventually have some subsections of the boats as well. But if you're looking for an airplane, you want to see something that you haven't seen, or you want to compare 2 things, that's a perfect place to start. And you can also head over to bprc.me. That is the same place as brianphillipsrc.com, but you don't have to know how to spell my name, which is BRIANPHILLIPS. It's much easier for those of you that don't know how to spell. So bprc.me. There you go. That's where you go. Now, the other thing you can do is, if you want, you can just go into the video description below, click on this thing, buy for yourself. If you don't want to buy this, you can also do Patreon, PayPal, YouTube Super Thanks, and YouTube members. So Patreon, of course, is a monthly support. So thanks for being Patrons. It is really nice. It warms our heart and also gives you easier access to me for comments and questions. Just because the way it works, it's not listed as a defined benefit, or we'd have to add VAT for anybody overseas, so we're not doing that. And then the 4th one we mentioned, which was YouTube members. We appreciate you being members. I think we're up to like 30, 35, something like that. So it's really exciting, guys.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you doing that. It's awesome. But at the end of the day, we just want you driving, flying, helicopters, boats, VTOLs, trucks, cars, whatever it is we're reviewing right now. There's so many different cool, fun experiences just waiting for you on the other side of those links, and you'll help support us every time you do that. So please keep doing it. We appreciate you, and as always, stay tuned. So much more right around the corner. Unbox next, right away. Stay tuned. YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. We have a box, but it's kind of huge and awesome. Can't wait to open this. All right, so you can probably read on the side, it says ProBoat. So that is gonna narrow it down to probably being a boat. Plus the thumbnail, plus the title, plus the video description. You probably already know what it is, but I don't, so I'm super excited, and here goes nothing. Oh yes, look at this, it's so cool. It is a jet boat, it's a Jetstream adventure boat. Look at that, so huge. 24-inch jet boat, which is ready to run. That's what RTR means, in case you guys are brand new to the hobby. And you're probably thinking, but Brian, I thought you did planes. I've never seen you do anything else. No weed whackers, no tractors, definitely no hay baling, and none of that other stuff. Oh, except we do all that. I'm sorry to disappoint, but here we go, e-bikes included. You may know us for fixed wing, but we love RC in all ways. And since we built a pond, we have been doing lots of other amazing things, not the least of which is throwing boxes at my table. Here it is, guys. Yes, look at that thing. It looks so much fun. Merca. Okay, so what is this? Ready to run Spectrum SLT3 3-channel radio and SLR 300 receiver. Sturdy, armor-plated underside. Okay, so that's important because jet boats get beat to death, as you may have already known from using them in the past. Now, the battery that goes in this, I have to assume is probably this one right here. Does it say on the side what it needs for a battery?
I've seen it yet.
Ah, it looks here. So it includes, so what they're suggesting is a 16, okay, where is it? Here it is. Required to complete. Booyah, right there. That or that. This happens to be the bigger of the two. 100 seat pack, amazing. Why are we getting the box for the battery opened? Obviously because we can, but then secondly, because I want it charged and the sun is going down. So as you can see, 5,000 milliamp hour, 100C, 4S. Now this is a hard pack, so it's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing on Brian Phillips RC because we do a lot of airplanes. And so this would be like a soft pack in a similar size class, except this is a 6S, this is gonna be 4S, okay? So as you can see, the smart packs are packaged the same way, but this is a hard pack. So 5,000 milliamp hour, 4S, 100C, okay? So it's a big one. And yes, it does come with an IC5, which is a smart plug. There's a little extra cable there, and that is gonna be the data cable. So if you want to use a smart charger of sorts, you can pick whichever one you want. In fact, even the S155 would do this. As you can see, it has the IC5 and it will do up to 4S, which is pretty sweet. But we're going to put it on the S2200, which is what we're used to using, and it is a dual channel, and so we use this all the time. Beauty of a smart pack is when you plug it in, you slide it in, and the work is done. Except for the first time, you got to set it up. So I'm gonna click, camera crew's gonna move the camera so that she can see the screen. And then I'm gonna go, you gotta leave it so I can see too. So we're gonna go down to smart settings, 72 hours, and I'm gonna set this to 240 hours. Now you can turn that off as well if you don't want the auto discharge to bring you down to 3.9 volts, as you can see right there. So I'm gonna hit back, then I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna go start. And it's gonna start charging at just 5 amps or 5,000 milliamp hours. Now, the reason you know that it's going to charge at 5 amps is because that's the default setting. Watch the glare there. You can charge this as fast as 5C or 25 amps. So let's just try that. Press and hold this, scroll up. Let's just go all the way to the top. 20 amps on this one. Okay, we'll see how fast that goes. Now watch these milliamp hours just flow into there. Camera crew, need in. It's gonna go really quick. So pretty amazing, and it'll sound like the Facebook data center with lots of fans blowing to and fro. Pretty exciting stuff. Now, this is why I love smart packs. Watch this, guys. Let's say I wanna charge this one. Blammo, whammo, ready to go. Charging as we speak. And one of the coolest things, I always point this out because I love this insert in the smart batteries. And it's really nice. If you unfold this thing, helpful little tidbitty, you can see all the names of all these little connectors, which is really nice. Give them a quick scan of that while they throw away the garbage. And guys, those tips are such a pain to figure out what they are if you don't already know through osmosis. And that's part of the reason why Brian Phillips RC exists as an RC review channel, because we go over the details that nobody else thinks is important. Okay, great. So without further ado, we're cutting it open. Boom. This is 24 inches long. It's made of ABS, nylon. It's got a 100 amp ESC, which is 2 through 4S sensor brushless marine motor. Like we already talked about the receiver. So the motor is a 4068, 1600 kV brushless. And of course, this will go 20 miles an hour plus, or 32 kilometers an hour if you guys are in some other country. Okay, so without further ado, we're gonna do this all the way. And really cool, one cool feature that I'm not used to seeing, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Looks like the jet actually goes in and out, so that's pretty cool. And then of course, there's lots of goodies inside. We're gonna see it right now when we open the lid. Now, I think this might come in 2 liveries. So I'm not sure which one we got, but it looks like we got the one that is red on the top. So this one must be the black one on top here that we're seeing.
The pink
and if
black.
you look here, yeah, this one's the red one.
Yep.
So that's the one we got. So pretty sweet. And if you guys want to help support Brian Phillips RC, just like the airplanes, if you ever want to buy something that we're reviewing, all you have to do is look for the links in the video description below, and you'll help support Brian Phillips RC as an organization. So thank you for doing that. If you don't want to support us that way, you have Patreon, PayPal, YouTube Super Thanks, YouTube members, thanks for being one. And YouTube Super Thanks is just one-time donations. Patreon, PayPal, all that jazz. There's lots of amazing ways to help support us. And then with Patreon, that's monthly support. So thanks for being monthly supporters, if you're one of them. All right, so we've got this all uncut. This is a little bit different packaging than what we're used to seeing. There's just tape around the edges that's holding what appears to be the radio box. So if you want to give them a shot of that real quick, I'm just untaping that so that I can lift it out, okay? So well packed. And then I'm noticing there's a manual right here, so I'm just gonna cut the tape, and this pops right out. Looks like we've got the Jetstream manual, got the little America flag right there, which is pretty sweet. One of the reasons you might go with a Horizon product is just because of the sheer volume of really high quality stuff that they sell. Another reason would be because they have good manuals. And I know it seems ridiculous because I rarely read them. The truth is there are times that I read manuals off camera. Like for instance, when I'm trying to sleep.
Trying to sleep. If you really need to know, at least it's probably in there.
The manuals are awesome. And I'm saying that not facetiously because there are many, many Chinese offerings that we have done over the years that are very, very bad, okay? All right, so very good. So it looks like I got some sort of a tray here. Oh, that's the boat stand. Ooh, fancy, looks pretty standard. We've got the power button hiding over here, steering rates. Looks like a high and low, and then throttle rates. This is a 50, 70, 100%. So you can make it, ooh, there's an A and a B. That's probably moving the motor up and down. And then there's the steering, that's the steering rates. This must be steering rates too. What the heck?
Is that steering reverse on the other side?
Yeah, maybe that's reverse, you're right. That must be rates over here because it's a dial. And then there's throttle trim and steering trim and then a status light. And then on the bottom of these, they pop open and they've got 4 AA cell packs and then a lanyard point so you can hang it if you want to do that. Now, because this is ready to run, it might be a little bit deceiving to some because when you get into the higher level boats, planes, aircraft, stuff like that, sometimes the ready to run can be a little bit deceptive because you are going to be assuming that it comes with everything. Well, it'll come with most everything. And one of those is TC Best batteries. I've never heard of that brand before, but they are evidently the best.
We'll see.
So we're just gonna pop these out of the packaging and we're gonna load them into our transmitter. Gosh, these ones are kind of a pain to cut open. These are alkaline batteries, of course, guys. You can get some rechargeables, whatever you wanna do. We normally use the world's cheapest AA's that are made for Harbor Freight tools, but they are just complete garbage. I would not recommend them to anybody unless they were my worst enemy, in which case, get them.
Yes.
We just do it because we go through a crap load of AA's.
Yeah.
And the thing that's nice is they're so junky that when they leak, there's like nothing there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't destroy your transmitter, okay? So these are now in, flat to the spring, bump to the bump, okay? Flat, okay? And then we have a power button over here. Press it for a moment. Oh, it's actually not a momentary push button. It is a press in spring return, okay? So then we have this, which are straps for the battery. They're gonna be used with the battery tray. Looks like this thing lifts. There's also a little bit of a magnet maybe.
Yeah,
this is gonna slide into it. And then we have a little bit of foam. Now I'm not gonna throw that foam away. A little bit of foam here on the boat stand as well. So we'll set that aside. That's everything in the box. So we'll just kind of set this out of the way for the moment. And then we're gonna get back to the unboxing. Okay, so now obviously when you get a new airplane, there's gonna be a lot more setup than on a boat in most cases. Unless of course you're talking about a model boat. But this thing is more of like a drive like crazy person and have a good old time kind of model boat. Oh yes, that is so sweet.
That is Gigantic.
It's big too.
Holy cow.
So obviously well packed, no issues there with the foam, and the cardboard style packaging seems to be just fine. And it's a little bit stout. This guy, what are all these little stomachs on this guy?
Yeah, he is.
He has a lot of stomachs. He's kind of ripped, making me feel self-conscious. He's also got some big subwoofers up here, which is sweet. And then feel this, that's crazy.
It looks
padded.
Oh, it is.
That is so cool. And then this is a big old light. Awesome. We might get to showcase that today. And then all you have to do is flip it upside down and look at this. So sweet. So they called this armor plated. Whoa, there's lights back there too. What the heck? Wow, that is so cool. Look at that. That's a trim plate. Look at this. Look at this. Is that a drain plug? Is that a drain plug there? Can you tell?
I don't know.
That's a drain plug. This thing is mechanically adjustable. And then this, of course, is gonna go up and down, and it's your reverse. So sweet. Cool. So it's like a mechanical chute that comes down and blows backwards. So even for a jet boat with reverse, totally cool. Let's open this up. Undo the screw here. Oh, good Lord, they've got that tight as heck. Man, that is really, really, really tight. Why is it so tight? No, it's just like ripping up my finger. Do it. You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, like hurts to turn.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, by the way, there's a tie point up here too. Show the people. And I'll keep turning this. Look at that tie point. So cool.
You can attach it to your dock.
Yes.
Just leave it hooked up.
Yes, exactly. And there is a second seat in here in case you want to put another scantily clad dude, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. And by the way, I got to say, that screw is like really tight and makes me nervous because of the way it's unscrewing. I know this is definitely oh yeah, it's just loose already, that's why. Holy cow.
Wow.
Look at that thing, it's huge. Look at the servos, giant. Water cooled, ESC, water cooled, LEDs, RX. So I'm just gonna turn these both on. You know why? Because I don't wanna forget. And yes, there are two servos. One servo drives the reverse function. As you can see here, you can see the linkage kind of wiggling. And then one servo drives the steering of the jet mechanism. This is where your battery is gonna slide in. Okay, so it's gonna go down like that, lift up and slide in, it clicks, lift up and slide out, it pops out. Okay, so there's one battery tray. Why did we get another battery tray? Is that because if you're using like dual batteries? Shine it in there again.
I don't see a spot.
Yeah, I don't either. Here, let's show the people up there. There's a little bit of foam on that front portion. So I don't know if that's enough. It would float your boat, pun intended, if you flipped it over and things blew up. But let's just talk about this because that's like really stiff. And there's only just a little teeny bit above that modified nut that's holding this on. And that's why it's so hard to turn. So if yours is hard to turn like that, you can do one of two things. You can back this modified nut off just a hair, but all you need is that little bit of purchase to actually get in there and turn, because that is going in. Where does that go? Oh, it's magnetic. That's not even a twist. It's just a pull. Guys, I feel like such an idiot. You know why? You don't even turn it. Okay, so now I got to tighten that.
Just magnetic.
Okay, folks, check this out. Your fearless leader has misled you. Oops, I'm sorry, guys.
Way to go.
I'm gonna torque this on here. Why would they make it the spinny style?
It should just be.
I apologize. If I would have read that thing, that boring thing I read to help
You
fall
would have
asleep.
been asleep by that.
Okay, we're putting this back on. Whoa, so that's gonna be super easy. Not really sure why there's two. Maybe it's so you can load up your batteries and have them ready.
Just keep it on there.
So let's go ahead and get that battery. I've got, looks like a total of 4 straps, so that's probably what they're thinking. Okay. You can have a second battery loaded and ready to rock and roll, okay? So that's pretty sweet. Now, we also have this thing, which, to be honest with you, it's a little tempting to stuff that in there, but there is a big, huge foam like loop in there. Show them.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
I'm just gonna throw that in with the box of goodies, okay?
Okay.
So what we need to do now is we need to strap in our batteries so we can get this thing ready to rock and roll. And by the way, if you wanna show the people the charge level, you can see real quick, the charge level on cell 1 is at 100%. Oh yeah. You guys see how fast we got 2,509, 10, 11 milliamp hours? That is a crazy fast charge. Okay.
11 minutes.
25 amps. So I'm gonna stop it. and I'm gonna pull it out. Let's go load this battery. Now, with a hard pack, you wanna strap your batteries in just the same because this thing is gonna be very vigorous, okay? But I would not suggest, you could technically do that. I wouldn't do it, okay? I would definitely load your battery. Obviously, it's designed to receive that. Now, you can do series connections between two 4S packs, but I don't believe you need a second tray like this. What you would do is you would just do two of them stacked atop one another, and then you would strap them in together. Then you would have a series adapter. Now, if you don't know the difference between series and parallel, where did those two, oh, where are those two? Are
They should be over in the tray. And did you mean two 2S packs?
I meant two 2S packs. Did I say two 4S packs?
You said two 4S packs.
My apologies. So if you had, let's say you had like two of these hard packs. So a couple things to consider. First of all, these are 30C packs and they have a smaller connector, okay? So if you had a 50C pack, you would be able to do that. And the series adapter is gonna take this positive to that negative and this positive out and this negative out, and that becomes your main discharge, okay? So it's a different style of plug, and I'll show you. This is a parallel plug right here, okay? You wanna give them a close-up of that, camera crew? This is a parallel plug, okay? And then this is a series plug. This is gonna be a series, okay? So you got one positive jumping over to the negative, and then the negative going to the discharge, and then the positive coming back into the first battery. So what that does is it flows all the current, comes from this battery. You only wanna do this if they're at equal discharge, okay? And it's gonna go right out to your output. And then what you end up with is, check this out. I'll just show you how this looks on an XBC battery checker. There's your 16.86 volts. See how that works? Okay, now there's no data lead attached because this is just an adapter, okay? But that's how you would get your 4S out of two 2S's. Now, if you were to plug this in together, then guess what happens? Then this is gonna short these two batteries together, and it's actually gonna populate a circuit, right? So you have to be careful about that. If they're not to the same discharge level, or charge level in this case rather, then you wanna be a little bit careful. So this is about 8.51, and this one is at 8.43. So what's gonna happen is this one is gonna charge into this one, right? So when you do this, you are, make no mistake, shorting these batteries together. So they gotta be similar charge level, and then booyah, watch this, boom. This is called parallel, where the positive and the negative go together. You only have 8.47, the nominal voltage between 8.51 and 8.43 added together. They will normalize, and then the smart chips will balance each of their individual cells, which is really nice about using parallel and series configurations on smart batteries, because we basically have a battery management circuit on smart packs, okay? So pretty cool. If you don't know anything about smart batteries, you just learned more than you knew and more than you needed or wanted to know. And that's why you come to Brian Phillips RC. We try to teach you a little bit about stuff that you wanna know, and then some stuff that you don't wanna know, but you kinda wanna know because you don't wanna be left high and dry out in the middle of the water. And that reminds me, Merca, very nice. Kinda wish that was a real flag, but we're just gonna stick it right there where it belongs. Booyah, right there. Okay, so we were gonna strap this in and I got distracted by batteries. I get really excited about batteries because batteries are the necessary evil of our time, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just sliding this through. I don't know if I got this right. I think I did. Yep. So you just put that through. Did I go? I need to go backward with it, didn't I? It's unusual that they didn't actually feed that through. Yeah, I got to go backward with this. See?
So your hook and your loop
That's
touches.
the way.
There you
Yep.
go. It's like inside out, sort of.
Yeah, it's like inside out. Exactly. Good job. See, now you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I get past the center and then I bring it around. And of course it obstructs and blocks the view of the battery. Okay. So now same thing, kind of inside out, just like this. Beautiful. Slide this through, put it around, strap it down, just like that. Now, you don't need any shelf liner like in an airplane because this is a tight fit and it's a hard pack. Yes, you can use soft packs. There's nothing wrong with using soft packs. It's no problemo, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just slide that in, and then look, I can feel the ring lift and then lock in, okay? There it is. You guys hear it? So now this thing is ready to rock, and I can tell it's not gonna move, and that's really nice to see. Wow, there is a flashing little red light in there.
Oh,
Look,
I see it. Yeah, I just saw it.
what the heck is going on? I didn't know there's a flashing red light in those things.
Huh.
What the heck is that red light doing?
No,
I've never seen that before.
neither.
So guys, if you wanna run parallel, you would be using 2 smaller 4S packs, or if you wanna run series, you'd be running 2 bigger 2S packs, and that would add up to 4S, okay? Remember, this is a 4S electric system, and how do we know that? Because the manual probably says it somewhere, but the box says it, which is about as deep as I'm gonna dive into the manual here.
Yep.
So look, 4S LiPo, or 4S LiPo, okay? They're suggesting a Gen 2 S55, okay? Nothing wrong with that, or an S55, is that what that is?
S155. S155.
We'll link to the charger that we recommend. Doesn't come with the charger, but that's okay, because you don't need it. Now, also, the thing that's nice about these impellers is you don't have to worry about the safety factor of having kids get cut, but this is an expensive boat. So remember, parents, if you're buying this, you're buying it for yourself, unless your wife is listening, and then you're buying it for the kids, because the kids need it.
And if you're buying one for the kids, you might as well just buy one for yourself too.
Exactly.
No
So
fun.
check this out, guys. Just remember, who needs to pay taxes? Who wants to pay the mortgage anyway? Get the boat. All right, there it is. Amazing. Perfect fit. Yes, it lifts up and it's easy to get into. Very nice. Now, is that gonna be easy to do in the water? Probably not. We're gonna have to pick it up. But you got the transmitter. We're gonna turn it on. Power's on. You can see the light. Boom. Now, I'm just gonna plug this in and I'm just gonna basically see if everything initiates before we get down to the water. Okay, so as you go, yes, very bright strobes, amazing. And the Merkin flag, nothing bad with that. Forward, backward, reverse. Okay. So you just toggle with that bottom one. Okay, that'll do reverse, that'll do forward. There isn't really reverse. Yes, there actually is reverse. So the motor does go backward or forward. So trigger works both ways. Then when you want that to go down, you just hit this button once and then it drops, okay? All right, so that's it. And all you have to do is flip this switch and flip that switch, and you can preserve your battery as you walk down to the shoreline if you've got a considerable amount of walking, and that's it. So guys, if you haven't answered the questions you wanted to answer, we'll answer most of them in the drive. So if you want to see the Maiden voyage, it's at the beginning of the video. You already saw it. These things are awesome. If you want to help support us, buy this pro boat from the links in the video description below. Support Brian Phillips RC and the things we do to try to get you in front of the latest and greatest tech in RC. Usually it's flying, sometimes it's flying on water, but either way, it's awesome. So stay tuned. So much more right around the corner. Literally, there's piles of boxes. I can't wait to open them, but I have to go do my day job. It's no fun. Thanks. Being an adult is no fun. But you know what? You don't have to grow up. Just be a kid. Do these fun things with us. You're gonna enjoy it, I promise. If this isn't for you, we got other boats, okay? We know this one's pricey. There's gonna be even more pricey, believe me. And there's some that are cheaper. Either way, we've had a blast on the water. And you don't have to have the pond in your backyard to enjoy it. Lots of people have retention ponds. Lots of people have access to rivers and lakes and things like that nearby their homes. And one thing that is nice about being on the water is there's not an FAA yet. So stay tuned. Guys, Brian Phillips RC signing out. Come back for more. Oh, by the way, don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to know about new, amazing content, click the bell for notifications and you'll be notified when our new videos publish. And by the way, if you're seeing more short content from Brian Phillips RC, believe me, that doesn't mean we're cutting the long content. It just means that we're making short content out of the long content so we can try to attract the audience because YouTube insists upon it. And that's what we're gonna do because we enjoy doing this. We wanna keep doing it. All right, that's all we got. Stay tuned, more coming. Thanks for watching.